Nicola Sturgeon Snubbed. Scots call for independence as seeing Boris. England celebrating New Year. Scots travelling to England to enjoy New Year's celebration sends a message about splitting up the UK, a commentator has claimed. The SNP government has imposed new restrictions, citing the spread of the Omicron variant, preventing Scots from enjoying Hogmanay as usual. John Swinney, Deputy First Minister, has added that it would be the wrong course of action for Scots to travel to England, where no new restrictions have been introduced since Christmas, to bypass closures. He said on Wednesday, "People are free to take those decisions, but I would discourage them from doing so." But many are ignoring this advice and are flooding to England, according to Darren Grimes. He said this is illustrative of how businesses would move from the north side of the border to the south where Scotland to leave the UK. He wrote on Twitter, "The Scots are flooding to free England in a similar fashion to how people and businesses would flock to a free England under an independent Scotland." Commentators have highlighted on countless occasions that an independent Scotland would, in fact, likely become tied to the European Union. England is the only UK country not to have introduced new COVID restrictions over New Year's celebrations. The Prime Minister decided to hold off on imposing stricter measures following a meeting with top government advisors who are likely to have discussed the latest information on the Omicron COVID variant. Scientists continue to work on discovering the characteristics of the variant. So far, it is understood that Omicron spreads more quickly but is less severe than previous strains. Despite this, table service has been introduced at a pub in Scotland, along with bubbles. Nightclubs have also been forcibly closed and crowd sizes at outdoor events have been limited to just 500. The measures will stay in place for at least 3 weeks. SNP leader Nicola Sturgeon has faced criticism from various sectors for the damaging measures and has been barred from one pub chain for life. Alongside issuing different COVID rules to Mr. Johnson, Ms. Sturgeon continues to push for a second referendum on Scotland's position in the UK. But in November, the Prime Minister insisted the 2014 vote was a once-in-a-generation event. He said, "I don't think people in this country think referendums are very wonderful for harmony. We had one in 2014, the British people, the people of Scotland, were told in 2014 that was a once-in-a-generation event." According to the latest Scottish Government figures, 16,857 new cases of COVID-19 have been recorded in the past 24 hours. 9 deaths have been reported of someone who tested positive for the virus over the past 28 days. The death toll therefore now stands at 9,845 since the beginning of the pandemic. Separate figures produced by National Records of Scotland which record the number of deaths where COVID was mentioned on a death certificate, put the figure at 12,372 as of December 19. National Records of Scotland figures include deaths where suspected or probable COVID-19 appears on the death certificate. Of the 71,612 new tests for COVID-19 carried out which reported results in the past 24 hours, -27.1% were positive. A total of 34 people are currently being treated in intensive care with recently confirmed COVID-19, with 810 in hospital who had recently contracted the virus overall. The total number of first vaccinations given is 4,381,226 while 4,012,490 people have now received a second dose. 2,944,977 have received a third dose or booster vaccine. It is noted that there continues to be large volumes of tests being processed by labs. This and the festive period have impacted turnaround times for results. The figures being reported today will include a backlog from before Christmas.